Man, God damn! Man, I'm hella mad. Man, I tried. I went out, got the R6 vlog, really went out, had a little bit of fun, but as soon as I get home and I check the footage to try to edit, here's what the audio sounded like.
Looks good, yes, I got it on the race bike, it had track bearings.
Now, ain't that some wild shit? I had the whole damn vlog going. I thought I was having a blast, giving some good information, making it entertaining, and I get that. That shit makes me mad as hell. Here's a window regulator that I had to replace in the truck. I ain't had no damn window all winter, but that's cool because it's been cold and it's been raining. But now it's hot, I had to replace it. It's done now. Shit. I'm about to jump out on this R6. The fun was had, and I'm gonna use a little bit of the footage, but obviously the audio ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna get out, ride, and do a little bit of voiceovering on that.
The little portion of video that I did get for when I rode the bike, I'm gonna implement that right here. Look at that. Today couldn't be a more perfect day to even get on this thing and ride it, you know what I mean? It's such a good looking day out, we might as well be on a motorcycle, and which motorcycle is better than this one for today? Another thing that makes today kind of special, today is actually the 3-year anniversary of me owning this one. I bought this bike on a very dark April 22nd of 2020, and I mean it was dark in many different ways, to be honest. So out of all my bikes, why don't I ride this one? And that's a question that I always ask myself, because I am always resulting to the R3 or the R1. I did take this to one track day before, and I had a blast on it. I actually took it to 2, but I only rode it on one track day myself. My homeboy rode it on the other track day that I brought it. Like, why don't I ride this bike? I have had it, I was rushed to build it, I really did like it, I really do love it. This is a motorcycle that I love the most, is this R6. I love the 600 class a lot more than everything else. But kind of why I don't ride this bike, it just seems like to me, is this was a grief purchase. I bought this bike literally a week or 2 after my brother passed, and this was just like my comfort animal. I bought this bike to deal with the grief, I think, and that's really kind of why I haven't ridden it. You gotta love 600s, man. They're so fun, they're so small. And the R6 is so damn fun. This is the reason why it's one of my favorite bikes. Actually, this is my all-time favorite motorcycle. This is why I've gone back to this bike so many damn times. Way back in the day, as I told y'all, this is the first bike that I ever purchased on my own. But this bike is so damn fun, man. You just get to have all of the fun of being fast without the terror of actually being hella fast. But you can feel like the man on it, and you can feel like a regular, normal, everyday human being. It's like the Superman of motorcycles. You can be an exceptional rider, or you can be a regular rider on the same bike and fully enjoy yourself. And what's funny as hell is I'm looking at this footage, and when I was riding, I was literally saying, y'all, this is why I don't ride the streets. Because now I don't have the fear of the streets like that, and I can and will do way too damn much. Absolute shit show up here. Something on the freeway? Yeah, this nigga, I know they looking like, why is this nigga got a race bike on the street? No plate, no lights. Hey, cuz, look, shut up. Damn, I'm nosy, what happened, cuz? We gonna find our way over there. I don't got time for this, but I'm so damn nosy. My GoPro settings are set so that a lot of it never seems fast. If you look at the speedometer is optimistic, but that 160-ish, That's actually about 147. I've GPS'd it. I know the speed difference. Now, although that number does look appealing for clout chasing on YouTube, that's not the real mile per hour. The real mile per hour is about 147. When you get up to the 161, GPS is 147. Let's go ahead and bust the Yui. I got stuff to do. There's too much traffic. So this back road is actually a little fun because you can go ahead and get a little bit of twisty. It ain't too much, not too savage. I don't really have to worry about too much. I'm sure if I went out here, I can damn drag me, no problem. But that don't really be my goal when I be out here riding this road. It's funny though, this portion right here, yeah, this segment, it does jump, but you can't tell on camera because I only lift up off of the bike and you don't see the set down because the set down is kind of soft. It's kind of like the Portal mount. One day I should take Jalen and set him down and have him film that. This bike is so analog, I love it. This bike being so damn analog, that's kind of what I love about it. That's the infatuation. No assist, no boosting, no nothing. It's a complete love affair of this bike. Something that I do want to do after this track day though, I'm gonna shim the shock just so it raises that rear end a little bit more.
You've got some threads on top of the frame where the shock bolts to that you can use. It's about 6-7 millimeters worth of space. So I want to do that. And then the other thing is everybody always swears the chains stretch hella. They don't. This is 520. That's a 520 on my leader bike. This stock comes 520. Anyway, 520s don't really stretch like that, especially when you take care of them. I've got chain lube, spray them, keep them oiled up, everything's good to go. But I've been waiting for mad long to adjust this sprocket to bring the wheelbase back. Right now it's a little wheelie monster because the wheelbase is really short. On throttle, boom, comes up. In corners, boom, it'll kind of come up, so you got to roll on real easy. That's what I love about this bike, that it's super analog. It's super one-to-one. The throttles got the cable straight to the butterfly. The brakes, there's no assistance. It's just what you got is what you're getting. But the small things that I learned from this bike, again, this bike is influencing this bike when this bike is what influenced this bike. It's really weird. I like the rear end raised on this, so I'm gonna raise the rear end on this. All right, so this wheel is only going to be temporary. This is the old Q4, so it's not going to get a ton of life. It's just on for this track day. These wheels I'm probably going to send off to get powder coated. The bearings are super good, super firm, super solid. I'm going to tape off the weights, and we'll be good to install. All right, now just some chain lube. You can hear it. We're gonna take care of that. All right. Woo, she's fucking rolling nice and crispy. All right, 6. So we got everything completed. I want to get these wheels done in white. I'm addicted to white wheels. This thing's getting white wheels too. But I'm bringing this, even though it's just this center of the side is bald, all the way around this side. This side's fine. Now, I wouldn't really trip if it wasn't Thunderhill West. Thunderhill West is all left turns. This will work fine. The rubber is still good. Fingernail sinks into it. It's good to use. I just would rather have a tire that I only did one track day on. If for any reason I need to swap to that rim, I've got it. I'm bringing it. It'll be all right. It's hot as hell. I actually had to turn the damn AC on in here, man. I want to get this vlog out and done since it's lagged on too damn far. It's been like 3 days. Oh, one other thing I want to show y'all. And I want to address something that a lot of y'all cats got with a whole mythical story about sprockets and how they wear and why they wear the way that they do. People will say, oh, I don't like aluminum sprockets. I like steel sprockets, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's fine if that's your preference, but don't feed people bad information. Aluminum sprockets, yes, they do wear. But do they wear fast? Hell no. How do you keep them good? How do you keep them maintained? I can show you a ton of sprockets. All of these are aluminum sprockets. How do you keep them good? Well, one, maintain the damn thing. Use your damn chain lube as much as possible. You can never over lube your chain. Sure, you can oversaturate it when you do it, but then you can clean it up, but it's lubed at that point. The other way that you ruin your sprockets is having your chains too damn tight. If you don't know how tight it is, if you don't know how tight it's supposed to be, sometimes there's information here on the swing arm. You can get that information or just Google it. This right here, and I'm literally not using much force. Some people be trying to push it with all they max and act like they got that slack in there. They don't. This right here, that is proper. That is your proper chain slack. Reason why. Here's what happens. Remember I was talking about the extension of the wheelbase under compression? When your swing arm goes up, your wheelbase goes long. If your chain is too tight, when that suspension, because it's going to go up, it's going to pull your chain so fucking tight. Worst case scenario, it'll break the chain and send your chain into your engine casing. I have seen it break the damn nut off of the front sprocket and your front sprocket fly off. Or it could chew all the teeth off of your rear sprocket. That's why you have the slack. All the bikes are like that. They all got that slack. They all should have that slack. This one needs to be tightened. It's putting down a ton of power, but my sprocket is A-okay. Now, this is a 520 on a bike that puts down 81 pound-feet of torque. I put this on because this is all a new sprocket set, so I do need to adjust it once, but I only rode it once. That can get a good, nice chain tension set, and it'll be fine. Because of the torque on this bike, I do have the chain set a little longer, so that gives me a longer wheelbase. Now, I am going to adjust it one more time, and that's going to set it back a little bit further, and that'll give me the proper slack. But y'all quit feeding people bad information. Race people, obviously, you're going to change it out way more than the guy that just rides it on the street. Aluminum sprockets are amazing when you want to pull out response. Keep your chain slack proper, keep the proper tension on it. and you'll be good. They'll last forever. Do you see how wide this tire is? Damn, this one looks wide as hell too on this one, but it's because of the lens. Anyway, this is a 5.5-inch rim. That's a 6-inch rim. These are both 190s. What I've done with using this, the 190 on here, it gives it more of a peak. It's the same width, but it gives it more of a peak. Essentially, I'm trying to make the tire like that. It has a higher crown. It makes it harder to get down here because this slopes off so far because it's tucked in, as you can kind of see, versus this. You see how that's flat out and you see how that's tucked in. So if you're worried about getting the edge to go to bike nights and tell people that you drag knee and you got no chicken strips, don't do that. You could get that from a different tire because they have different tires that have different profiles. But I like the Dunlops. I love how they feel. And I put a 190 on a 5.5. So that's what the achievement is. Because see, I mean, I could wear out the inner tire, but you still have that's unused essentially, but it's because it spills off so far. Anyway, man, all things are done. Everything's complete and ready to roll. Next stop is a track. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm gonna get y'all 2 and I'm out.